Welcome back to the program that brings you news from the north, south, east and west of Nigeria. We'd like to remind you that channelstv.com has more information for you. And on youtube.com/channelsweb, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu, then follow the instructions you find there. Rescheduled local government elections are taking place in the 4 local government areas of Kaduna State today following their cancellation last month. The State Independent Electoral Commission had on May the 12th suspended election in Kwara and Jaba local government areas, while election in 4 wards of Chikun and Kaduna South local government areas were also suspended based on security reports and other challenges. Channels Television's correspondent in Kaduna reports that electoral officials arrived at the State Independent Electoral Commission office very early to pick electoral materials. He also reports that eligible voters are exercising their franchise with heavy security presence in most of the areas visited. Now, the controversy surrounding the invitation of the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, by the police for questioning over the Offa bank robbery is causing division among different groups in his home state of Kwara. A group of women in the state capital, Ilorin, wants President Buhari to prevail on the Inspector General of Police to stop what they term a ploy to frame the Senate President in the infamous Offa robbery. But another group in Offa town, where the robbery incident happened, is pledging their support to the police investigation of the robbery suspect and wants it conducted without bias. The groups held different demonstrations in Ilorin and Offa to drive home their positions.
A carnival-like demonstration in Offa, the town in Kwara State, hit by bank robbers in April, where more than 30 people lost their lives. Shortly after the attack, the police began their investigation, which led to the arrest of some of the suspected masterminds, an eventual police invitation to the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, to answer questions in relation to the incident. The summons was later dropped. In its place, the request of a written statement to the Senate President. This particular rally in the town is a show of support for the police and the entire process of bringing all culprits to book.
We want to reassure the Nigerian police that all meaningful sons and daughters of Offa are solidly behind the steps being taken by the federal government and the Nigerian police to get to the root of the matter. The souls of the victims of the dastard acts and the heinous crime visited on Offa people are crying for justice.
But not everyone sees things the same way. Some believe the inclusion of the Senate President has political undertones.
It is instructive to note that this latest ploy to fake Dr. Bukola Saraki came after an earlier failed attempt by the headquarters to frame our leader in a murder case involving some suspected cultists. We are using this forum to call on stakeholders in Nigeria's affair to prevail on President Muhammad Buhari to call the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, to order.
Prayers are also offered for the Senate President to be untangled from the Offa incident. And so the families of those who died and suffered injuries during the April 5th tragedy await the outcome of the police investigation. With more than 30 people killed, it may not matter to the victims' families who's involved, as long as they get justice for their loved ones who paid the greatest price.
Officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Office, South Nigeria, are warning Nigerians to be careful of sharing their account information with strangers. The Commission's zonal head, South Nange Itam, explains that there are many reported cases of people who have become victims of fraud. by allowing people use their accounts to receive money on behalf of others. She says the EFCC in the zone has so far charged 28 suspects to court and secured 13 convictions in the past 5 months on financial crime-related matters.
The type of scams we still find, people still give their account numbers and their ATM cards to other people to receive money, and they are using it to receive illicit funds, and it's actually causing a lot of problems. We have a lot of cases where you discover that those who actually collected these monies all feigned ignorance that they didn't know these monies were stolen or were defrauded from other people. So we ask that you help us advise Nigerians that it's actually unhealthy that you should give your ATM card another person to use to go and withdraw money, or even offer your account number for somebody to receive money, in some cases total strangers.
There was another protest in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, but this time it's by the people of Rukuba in Basa local government area against the Nigerian army. They're accusing the army of illegally occupying their ancestral lands, which shares a border with the army's Maxwell Kobe cantonment. The protesters, mainly women and youths, marched through major streets of Basa to the army barracks, where they sought to seek audience with the general officer commanding the 3 Division on some of the challenges facing the people in the process of accessing their lands for farming and accommodation. The garrison commander, however, appealed to the people to send their representatives for a meeting with the commanding officer in charge of the division.
I called the chairman that you should send your representatives.
All right.
What you are doing to return to the barracks is very wrong. You cannot force yourself into a military cantonment. It's very wrong. Get your representatives that will go and speak with the boss. That's what I told them. Force yourself into areas of you can be injured. Some lives will be lost, which is very bad. Okay? Yes, sir. You have your land. This is the barracks. You can't start forcing yourself into the barracks. Yes, sir. It's very wrong. Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir.
I'm trying to give you
the entirety of Jos was a native authority. And then at the same time, we look at it that if our grievances is not here like this, they will still remain adamant to really look at our own issues. We have people that came here and then they went around with our people. All communications were made with Utubokeche. All communications were made with the native of the land. Those people are still alive. It is only the J.D. Gomo that is not alive. We have the likes of Buhari himself, the president of this country. He's aware of this because he was the one that came and assessed the golf cost, which they are utilizing it now without paying us compensation.
Still ahead on the program, yet another protest, but this time by officials of the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, demanding the appointment of a chairman. Details shortly.